For the first time in this summer, we're bringing out the big guns. Let's talk about that. Hello and welcome back to the Cocktail Alchemist, and today we are doing a flash blended cocktail for the first time. I've been waiting to bring this thing out for a while. I got it a couple Christmases ago, and I have been loving it to bits ever since I started using it. And funnily enough, this cocktail sounds like a bar in SpongeBob. It's called the Golden Barnacle, and I'm super excited for it. Let's get started, shall we? So we're starting off with our citrus, as there are no bitters in this cocktail. And we are going to take our tin out. We're going to use half an ounce of lime juice. We're just going to plop that right in there. Now we've got this really cool ingredient here. It's called Dawn's Mix, which is this really fun combination of cinnamon, honey, and grapefruit. There are a lot of different recipes, as the original one was lost forever because Don Beach was widely known for keeping his recipes a secret so no one could copy them. I actually don't remember where I got this recipe for. I kept it in my freezer for a while because you can make this ahead of time and freeze it. And it still smells amazing. Alright, so we're going to add 1 ounce of Dawn's Mix. In terms of the grapefruit used, I used Ruby Red, which made it a lot more red than I thought it would. But you can use white grapefruit, pink grapefruit, any grapefruit really. Alright, next up we're bringing out the allspice dram again. We're going to use half an ounce of that. And I'm trying to make sure I make as many allspice dram cocktails because I know that I'm going to get comments eventually saying, I bought this whole bottle and I don't know what to do with it outside of one cocktail. So I'm trying to give you guys as many as possible so you don't get bored. Alright, next up we're going to do half an ounce of Navy Strength Jamaican rum. This is the rum specifically called for in the recipe, Smith & Cross. It is one of my favorites, absolutely. But we're going back to my favorite as we are going to use an ounce of rum agricole. But I still am having trouble finding that, so we're dipping back into Plantaray. Alright, now that we've got all that in there, we're going to take some ice. We're going to add it straight into the mixer tin. I was going to say shaker for a second there, but it's a mixer. And you just want enough ice so that everything gets cold, but you don't want to overload it, otherwise it'll have a hard time mixing. And we're going to shake this in there. And nice and deep. Lock that in place. And we're going to flash blend it for a little bit. Make sure it's plugged in. Now, when you're flash blending, you're going to notice that this is going to make a lot of foam, especially if you're flash blending pineapple. But you're going to get more foam than you'll probably ever get in another cocktail, unless it's an egg white cocktail. Alright, now we're going to add in some ice to our glass. And like I always say, make sure you load it up. Looks good. Now all we gotta do is double strain. Now, because of how red my Dawn's mix is, it's perfectly normal for this to come out a little bit more golden, like the name implies. Alright, and then for garnish, we are going to do a thin slice of orange. Normally the recipe calls for blood orange sliced, but as they're not in season right now, I'm electing to go with what is fresh. Just gonna sink that in right there. And there you guys go. The Golden Barnacle. I'm excited for this one. That Dawn's mix adds so much complexity. The cinnamon and the allspice from the Dram and the Dawn's mix work so well together. I'm finding out more and more that I love citrus and spice, and those are working really well with the baking spice flavors of the Smith & Cross. And then that Plantaray is just rounding everything out together. Yeah, this is fantastic. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Feed the algorithm. And until next time, have a good one. Cheers.